Hello everyone, this is my second video, and as I promised you that I will be telling you about how everything started and when did I come to know about my aortic valve stenosis. So in 2016 we moved to USA, and 2017 when I got pregnant with my second daughter, I just went for a pregnancy test, and there the gynecologist said that I need to go for, to meet a cardiologist. That was something strange. Like, I really laughed at her. I said, she's just off her head. Doesn't know what she's saying. And I just ignored it because there was nothing that I could feel that I have something wrong with my heart. Later on, so I started seeing another gynecologist, and she told me that I have a heart murmur. And I was like, I don't know what this murmur, what you're talking about. And after that also, I went and see like the primary care and other doctors in the camp. And a lot of people, I just asked them, like, would you check my heart? Like, people tell me that I have a murmur in my heart. And they would be like, no, you're perfectly fine. And of course, I would believe them because they go with what I think, that there's nothing wrong with me. So in 2018, January, my gynecologist, she decided, like she said, unless and until you go to a cardiologist, I am not going to see you. And I was like, okay. And she booked my appointment at Biltmore Cardiology. And I just went there to do my echo. So that was January 15th, 2018. Then I got a call on January 16th. And they told me directly that I am in a life-threatening emergency. I have severe aortic valve stenosis, and anything can happen to me anytime. So I need to go on an early, like, maternity leave, and I have to meet the doctor on the 17th, and 18th I will be they're going to do my emergency C-section. And I'm like, what is this happening? Like, I feel perfectly normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with me because of the big belly. Also, I was doing all the work, all the exertion I was taking, and I was like having no trouble at all in anything. So I went to meet the doctor. I said, what are you talking about? Like, what is this aortic valve stenosis? So they explained me that your valve is hardly opening, and it is severe right now, and you cannot even deliver the baby. So we have to do emergency C-section, and you are getting yourself admitted in Banner Hospital, and that's it. And I was like, what? Like, why C-section? And we did not have anybody here who would take care of me, so we were against C-section. So they asked me, like, do you feel breathless or something? Do you like anything happen in the past or whatever? I said, I feel absolutely fine. I can do everything what a pregnant woman with a 9-month belly can do. So then I went to, like, I told my principal, took urgent leave, and then I went to the hospital. There, like, my gynecologist gave my case to high-risk pregnancy doctors, and she did not even come to see me after that. So I was over there. There was a team of doctors with a lot of, like, tension on their face. They were all talking, and like, from morning I was there, and they were like, this is a very serious matter. We wanted to angioplasty, and we want to do emergency C-section. That's how we can save your life and the life of your baby. And so we were in a kind of shock because I don't feel anything. Obviously, I feel perfectly normal. And I was not in the favor of this procedure at all. So they told me that you don't have a choice if you want to save your life and the life of the baby. And they also told, like, my husband, that if she's in a condition where you have to pick one, who you're going to pick. So obviously my husband going to say that it's going to be me. But he didn't tell me, but I could see the tension on everybody's face, and people were crying. Like, my parents were crying on the phone. He was crying. And I was like, come on, relax. Like, I'm not going to die. I feel perfectly fine. So finally, they were about to take me for angioplasty. And they said, this is the procedure. This is what they're going to do. And I didn't want that. I really didn't want that. And I went to the bathroom and I prayed to God. I said, save me. I need your miracle this time. I do not want, because I know if they do anything like that, I may not survive. I had that feeling. And then when they were taking me on a wheelchair for the procedure, since they were taking a second opinion, third opinion for different doctors across the country, I was stopped by a nurse on the way, and he said that, Dr. Prashad is going to come and see you. I was like, wow. And then they turned and took me back to the room. So Dr. Prashad asked me, like, how much can you walk? I said, I walked all the way from the parking till here. I walk every day. Extra walking I'm doing due to, like, so that I could have a normal, like, delivery. And I live on the third floor, so I walk up and down. I went to my friend's place. There was, like, they were living on the hill, so I walked there too with a big belly. So it's perfectly fine. And he was like, fine, you are not going for any C-section. We will be doing forceps assisted delivery for you. So they gave me epidural, and I didn't feel anything, and the baby just came out. So baby had a different story. Like, she was also not less. She was changing her position and everything. So that was a hard time too. But baby came out finally without a C-section, and I was perfectly fine. I was admitted in the intensive care ward of the cardiac patients, and they're all old people. Were there all old people? And let me tell you, like, that was so different. Like, I was just feeling like, what are they doing with me? Because, you know, I just felt this place is not for me. Like, there are people of 80, 90 years old. Like, what am I doing here? And my baby was born there. Then too, they kept me under observation for 5 days, and they said that anything can happen anytime now, because now the baby's out. Now something can happen. Nothing happened. I was fine. Then they moved me to a general ward, like, where, the maternity ward, not the intensive care one. And after that, I took the baby and came home. But they gave me a list of things that I have to take care of. So the list had, like, they said, if you have these symptoms, if you feel pain in your left arm, if you do anything like that, you know, uh, if you feel the pain, if you feel breathless, if you feel chest pain, whatever, like hundreds of things, you need to call 911. So obviously I was living in fear. And at the time of delivery, they poked my arm many times, like especially the wrist, to put the art line to monitor my heart, which wasn't going. So 5 times in this wrist, 5 times in the other. And then they finally got a big needle to put it over here in my left arm. And after that, like, my left arm became very, very weak. So I just went to the ER once, because I was feeling like my arm is weak, and they punctured some of the veins. So I don't know what they did. So they checked me, they scanned me, everything they did every time, they couldn't figure out. And every time the same thing: get yourself operated, get yourself operated, get your valve replaced. It is in the severe condition. So I met Dr. Prashad again, and he gave me time only till December 2018. Okay, I was 34 years old that time. And I was like, I need to take second opinion, because I do not feel the way they are making me feel. I feel perfectly fine. So, I was just on the cholesterol meds. I'm still on the cholesterol meds, and I take my thyroid meds, and that's it. Rest, everything I do, I eat everything. I live like a normal human being without having any worries about, dying the next moment. But yes, in the beginning, because the paper and all what they gave me, that this can happen to you, these are the symptoms and blah, 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 it did affect me mentally. I was living in fear unless I met Dr. Shukla of CAI. And then I also took a second opinion in India from Dr. V.C. Chauhan. And both said that my stenosis is at a moderate condition. Like, I do not need any surgery right now. But Dr. Shukla made sure that I, like, check myself every 6 months or 3 months. I do my echo, I do my stress test, I do my there's some pictures they take of my heart. So there are certain things that they do every 3 to 6 months. They monitor my blood work so that my cholesterol doesn't increase. But rest, I do not have any restrictions on eating or drinking anything. So it's perfectly fine. So parents, like if you have kids who have this bicuspid valve or stenosis, do not panic. They can lead a life just like me, very normal, running, playing around, and doing everything. You can even go to the gym, do biking, whatever you feel like. Right now, my condition is that I am on a severe stenosis. Like my stenosis have moved to a severe phase, and in my next episode, I will tell you what is happening to me now. Okay, and I will be also recording my videos about when I will go to the hospital, and I'll do my procedures. So next episode, keep waiting. Bye bye.